I think in like a week or so, something like that. But we don't have a date set yet. Hello, welcome to Mr. Girl
Okay.
Hotline. Yo,
Thank you, the
yes.
eminent Mr. Girl. It's good to hear from you.
Oh,
Okay, so first of all, a disclaimer, and then actually right after, I want to hear what you think of disclaimers. Like I just realized that's an interesting topic that I didn't even think to like draft up, but like, are they effective? Whatever, we can get into it. But basically, like, I have my own life. I haven't watched every single video of yours. I don't know all of the, confrontations, public and private. So if you've
okay.
addressed all these topics and you probably have, there will be retreading. But I mean, it's a fucking hotline. So anyway,
Yeah.
epic flamer. What did you think? Out of 10?
Uh, Pretty unnecessary because if you go through a little like logic tree of what I would do given any of those scenarios, I would just handle it and it wouldn't change anything. And you're going to say right now exactly what you would have said had this exchange not occurred, making it mostly pointless, except the meta comment that you pointed out earlier. But I've been trying to get people to stop doing this, and it's not working.
Okay. Disclaimers in general, do you think most of them are of the class that don't really change anything? Or especially in the online discourse that, you're sort of enmeshed in. Do you think, I mean, I know there are creators like Destiny trying to push back on having to throw out five disclaimers.
Yeah, streams are convoluted and meandering and boring enough without having to inflate the conversation with disclaimers. Absolutely.
Sure. That's an interesting phrasing. Okay. Well, I mean, in the interest of honesty, wow, okay, so there's two references in that.
Okay.
First of all, I'm looking at how I can characterize your project, political, philosophical, whatever, and if you even have a project, of course, I'm leaving space for you to sort of characterize that yourself. I've heard people call it like radical honesty. I think that's the most memorable formulation, and I'm wondering if that's actually true, because to me, and I'm gonna perform a mind read on you. I'm gonna mind read the master. Although I don't know
Sure.
if mind reading is the right term. I mean, a lot of people, I'm just going with the common parlance, but it seems like you sort of have, a disconnect, or, sort of like a disjunct between outward and inward, honesty. Uh, inward sort of being more introspective. And I feel like if I had to call you something, it would be like an introspective crusader. Do you think that's true? Like, I think even at the expense of sacrificing sometimes. Like for example, in some of your transfer culture panels, which I did tune into, very entertaining. Sort of sacrificing that, not outright being dishonest. Commend you on that, but sort of being evasive, maybe getting into sort of these foxholes. I think, and I think that that's bogged down a lot of, especially the transfer culture ones. Do you think like you are just like what is your mission here? Is it for yourself? Is it for individual viewers to change their own lives, the discourse or the culture? And then depending on, I mean, just run with it. Because I know that in like with past talkers, you've been sort of getting into just say what you're gonna say. If I answer, it won't change anything. But like I have logic to read some of this out, so I'm just interested in getting feet off the ground.
You're still making disclaimers.
I am.
Yeah.
What disclaimer did I make? Or disclaimers
You're
plural?
telling me to say what I'm going to say and that it's going to be okay whatever I say and that you've got it logic treed out.
No, that's not a disclaimer. I don't
I
think
think
so.
it is.
What is a disclaimer to you?
Some statement about where you're coming from and how things are going to go.
Oh,
Like
that's a that's
a
a
protective prediction. I'm being like, and before you answer, I just want you to know, before I say this,
sure. You gonna finish? No, I'm messing with you. Well, first of all, I think those are two distinct definitions. Specifically, the word protective. I'm interested in that. Maybe if you could expound, or just in general, I think that's separate from the very broad and sort of universal definition you gave at the beginning. I'll fully admit then that I've given some disclaimers here, several, if we're going that broad, but I think that's so broad a definition as to be sort of useless because I am trying to introduce some of my perspective, but only as relevant to, allow you to produce sort of what I'm looking for.
I don't think there's any way that you can say a rap song called I'm a Pedophile and a sex doll review and a Dr. K therapy analysis video or documentary about his ethical breaches are all part of the same project. I don't really think I can come up with a unifying answer to what I'm doing that all three of those things will satisfy. I don't really know what I'm doing.
Well, there's that radical honesty. Radical, brother. But I'm sort of questioning, is it the nature of those three things? I know that they are very disparate, like that's sort of what you're pointing at. But I think, I mean, I
Yeah.
could give you a number of examples, like the three I gave. You're doing this for yourself, and I think you can have a philosophical grounding. You could be trying to figure out sort of, how do I balance, and this is a problem for me, healthy skepticism with the actual ability to operate meaningfully rather than just, eating, maybe sleeping sometimes. Or you could be doing this for individual viewers. You could be trying to improve their lives, and you could be on sort of like a self-help, loop. Although I don't think, given your comments on Dr. K, and I'd like to touch on that in the future, like in a little bit, if that would be one. But that's just an example. And then you could also be trying to just change the broader culture and discourse, and that could even have a political
Yeah, but those
motivation. I
are
mean,
all different. I don't think.
well, they're not unified, but I think I mean, not as part of maybe like,
Are you in a car?
am I in a car? No.
What are
Well,
you
I'm in a
in?
very, very large car that's moving very quickly in space.
What are you inside of?
Um, your mom's house. I mean, I'm under a desk, I guess. It could be reverberate or under a
Okay.
bed. What am I saying? I've got top, like bunk level, desk below,
You're in a bunk
compact,
bed.
kind of neat setup.
Nice.
Thank
Oh,
you.
desk under your own bed. Okay, I understand.
Yes, yes. So very compact. Um, uh, what is it? It sounds like I'm in a car.
No, yeah, it's the reverberation.
Taxi, a taxi.
You sound like you're inside of a car, um, with the all the windows up. Yeah.
What if I
Okay.
were inside of a car? Would it change anything?
I think it would, but I'm not trying to. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I already said that. You're trying to tell me what I'm doing. You say what I'm doing, and then I'll tell you something I did that makes no sense.
But I
What do
think
you what do you want?
I think they do or can make sense. Um, what I want is honestly egoistic in this context. I wanted to come on and I wanted to pick your brain because I think it's a very interesting brain.
Okay.
So to that, I mean, I think rather than being part of maybe the same layer of things, like all of these are ingredients in a cake, I see it maybe more as a constellation, separate
Right.
and distant, but all the product of the same process. And I'm looking at you as that process, and there is means, motivation, mens rea, actus reus, like to get legal. Like you have to conceptualize what you're doing on some level and have a motivation and have some idea. And I'm just wondering, like, do you truly not know what you're doing? Because then I question how you've been able to amass the muscle memory to, upload a video. Obviously, there's something going on.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, so you just haven't really figured it out? Or do you think you will figure it out? Or is it even something to figure out?
I got a list of video ideas
Hmm.
and stream ideas.
How do you come up with those?
I think of them
Proud of you.
and then I write them in my phone. And then every couple of weeks, I say, okay, what am I gonna do? And I look at the list, and I know I say, oh, that's a good idea, and I take that idea and I put it on another list, and then I look at the order of the videos I've done, and I look at the order of the videos I'm gonna do, and then I put them in the order that makes like it would make sense if you connected it to the ones I already did, and then I make them.
So there's some kind of internal continuity or consistency?
I
What do
don't
you say?
know.
Oh,
I don't know.
well, you just said
What does it
it's kind
matter?
of like the relation of the topic.
You
What
you
does it matter?
you trying to figure out if there's some like formula I'm following?
Not at all. I mean, I recognize, I said process, but I think that's different. I'm not trying to imply or get at through you, like what's the secret sauce or what are the things in the list? I'm just trying to say what generally, like humans don't operate like that. There's not a recipe. There's like, in my view, a bunch of blobs of heuristics and like synapses firing and sort of random
Well,
impulses
I
that
think most
agglomerate together and,
I
they
think
sort of have a
okay.
direction.
I think most YouTube channels. I was talking about this with Shaylin yesterday.
Mhm.
We were looking at Dolly, and I was saying, I think as artists, it's very important for both you and me to really put ourselves into our work because there's going to be AI that can do a lot of the stuff we do. There's going to be AI that can edit. There's going to be AI that can draw, that can make videos, that can talk, that can write scripts, that can review movies, whatever you want, whatever we're
Sure.
doing. And I said, I think that humanity and humanization is going to be a big part of like what people value going forward. And then I was thinking like AIs are going to like really like start. And then I was thinking, and I had the same realization already on stream, like I think last week, but
Sure.
AI is already dictating a lot of what YouTube channels are doing.
Through the algorithm?
Yeah, through the algorithm and metrics.
Sure.
If you get, $5,000 for making one video, and you get $20 for making another video, then the algorithm has like discovered for you and signaled pretty hard to you like what you should do. And all these trends of like having like a white outline on the thumbnail and yourself looking like a
Very
big dumb
shocked or
like a big
surprised or angry.
yeah,
Yep.
like a face that like a baby would like. A face that would make a baby just giggle.
Well, that's a thing. More and more kids are on YouTube,
Yes, but
and
that that
I'm
that
sure you're happy about that.
but that's not coming from a human. That's not a human decision that's like being arrived at like through any process that you're describing.
Well,
That's
isn't
just
it an
that's it.
amplification of a
That's
human
it.
decision?
That's no, I don't think so because the
A
human
convergence
decisions
of
are all
decisions.
humans. No, no, no. Humans are just throwing whatever at the
No.
wall and seeing what sticks, like evolution. And then the AI
Sure.
A/B tests or A B C D E whatever tests everything against everything,
Hmm.
and then tells us what the right answer is. And I think that we are all using artificial intelligence to kind of like build our channels. And I think that one thing I want to do, and I hope I'm doing, but it's really hard because I do see the metrics, and of course they affect me, is to
Sure.
just try to make decisions at all. So just if I'm looking at the videos and I'm making decisions based on anything other than views and money and engagement and comments from the chat, then god damn it, I take that as a huge victory.
Sure. First of all, barely a sequitur, but have you seen the site AICountdown.com?
No.
Well, it's just a countdown with various, time intervals. And apparently we have less than 7 years until general AI. I don't know how I don't think that's true per se, but it's interesting. It's an aggregate of a bunch of predictions, but I think that is a reality. And so there's just so many things I want to sort of pick at the threads of.
Well,
You say,
I think we should pick up one more thread, and then
I mean,
I'm gonna end this call.
really?
Yes.
How long has it been?
I don't know. Too long. The thing is, I don't like talking about myself like this. I don't like. Like. There's this guy, Elder Drazi. He's making like a video about me, and I'm not gonna do the interview. I don't want to. He's a nice guy. I've talked to him before. He's a really nice guy. I wish him the best. He said, "Well, it would really mean a lot if you'll do this for me." And I said, "I don't think I'm going to. I don't want to." And so like I don't really want to talk about this. I don't like it, and I think it makes me look bad. It makes me look like I'm just up my own ass and more than I already am. And so I don't like it.
I mean, how about we Freaky Friday this a little bit, and then I can talk about myself and sort of, well, this is, and I mean, I hesitate to ask you a question about yourself, but it's more your
You should
reaction
hesitate
to
because
the
you only get
idea.
one more question, and then
Really?
I'm gonna. Yeah, really,
Oh no, that
one
was my
more, and
question.
no,
Okay.
you can ask one more, or one more little topic we
Well,
can
I'm just
delve
gonna
into.
state things then.
Well, eventually I will just hang up on you if you keep stating things.
Ugh. Okay, well, I know what my question is, so
Okay.
bear with me while I state a few things, and trust through mind reading, I guess, that I will keep it succinct. So
I don't trust you to keep it succinct. You've not demonstrated an ability to do that so far. You've been
my one
unsuccinct.
weakness. Okay,
Yeah. So
haircuts.
okay,
My topic. Physical
haircuts.
modifications. I think you've touched on misrepresentation.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking you've cut your hair, haven't you? That's a question. You've cut your hair. It's a statement.
I will. That's a statement. Okay. Continue.
You've cut your hair, and I think, and I'm gonna sort of try to rectify Sarah here. I think you are confused a bit as to what the essence of an individual is. Mind, soul, what it actually is that you're reading. That's sort of why I quibble with the phrase mind reading. Uh, you know, whether things are merely additive of a person's personality or not, I think it's hard for you to delineate because you're uncertain what an individual is, which I think is why also you shy away from individual viewers or influencing the discourse. I think you're very self-creative, which I
Hey,
admire, but I think can hinder you.
it's question time, buddy.
Okay. Good think about the tenses here. Will you accept my friend request on Discord?
No.
I will not ask you about yourself.
No.
Okay.
I accept friend requests from other large creators,
I'm a large
and
creator.
and are
I've
you?
touched tens of thousands in person. I don't have a YouTube channel.
You'll need to have a large YouTube channel. Or we need to have some reason to be on stream, or we need to actually be friends.
I'll go on your stream. I'll be your
No.
friend.
No, you can't be my friend.
I can't.
No.
I can't ask why. So I will state that I'm wondering why.
Uh if I'm uncomfortable with even having a 5-minute conversation where you're talking about how interesting I am and how much you wonder about my thought processes, imagine a whole fucking friendship of that. This conversation is for you. It's to serve you and entertain the chat and the audience. It would be if I became friends with fans, it would be like never being able to get off stage. It would be
I
horrible.
don't I don't think I'm a
It would be a
fan per
nightmare.
se.
The nightmare would never end. The camera would never turn off.
I think you are an interesting person, but I'm not a fan per se. I disagree with you here, I think, from this fundamentally.
When I have some friends, and I've never had an argument with any of them about whether or not they're fans or friends. It's nice.
Okay. I'm happy that it's nice for you.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in to Mr. Girl Hotline.
Thank you, Mr. Girl of Hotline Fam.
Your incel video was good. Thank you, The Science Change.